Hey guys, and welcome back to ThinkPad. Thanks, it's been a while. Here's a think about my ThinkPad. Take a look at this. This is a MacBook Pro. Um, what I want you to pay attention to, apart from all of the terrible design decisions here, from the terrible feeling butterfly keyboard or whatever they call it, to the touch bar at the top, to just a million terrible design decisions. Here's one that is extremely common in laptops, and this is a modern laptop, which is why I decided to start with this, just to show you that the problem is still prevalent. Look at these arrow keys. Now, I don't use the arrow keys that much. You probably don't either that much. But sometimes you're playing a game, like for example Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart, which uses the arrow keys for movement, or something like that. I'm sure you can rebind them somewhere. I haven't been bothered to try, but you can't fit full-sized arrow keys in here because they need to go underneath shift, and you just can't. So you have these terrible, like half-sized up and down arrows, and this is prevalent throughout keyboard design, as you can see from this old HP laptop. The same sort of thing. They have these terrible up and down arrow keys, and they have these weird divots in them, right? Like weird divots in them, because in order to keep the squareness of a keyboard, you just have to have these terrible keys. Because on a full-size keyboard, obviously, the arrow keys are just separate keys, right? So having to squeeze them in here, you have to push everything to the side, and then you have space, and it's all terrible, right? But of course, IBM are smart, and they fixed this problem in the most obvious way possible by just adding a little notch. Just have a little notch, and now you have arrow keys that they're not full-size keys, but they're actually usable. Why does no one else do this? Like, it's such a simple, basic fucking thing, and it means you can fit the page forward and page back. I assume that's what those buttons are called. Buttons, which I use all the time, because this one, they work in browsers, so you can like press that to go back in your history. I use it all the time. And then the arrow keys also have the media controls on them, which is nice, but I don't use those. But yeah, and also you'll see that there's a little cutout in the case to make it more comfortable to put your fingers on this bottom row. You've got a little notch for each little one, so you can sort of comfortably fit your fingers in there. It's all very smart, and it doesn't ruin the design of the keyboard to have a little cutout here. It just makes everything better. I don't, just another example of how this is what a computer is supposed to be. This is what a computer is supposed to be. It has a keyboard that works. Not many people know about keyboard that works, but this is a good keyboard because it's a ThinkPad, and that's a think I have had about my pad.